Hi everyone, so I'm Hamdi, and just a bit of a story about me, just so you'll understand where the poems are going to come from. I'm going to read 3 poems to you, and I'll give an introduction to each poem. So I'm a Londoner, but I was born in Mogadishu, and I came to London when I was 5 years old. And the first poem I'm going to read to you is called Mother of Mogadishu, and I wrote it after my maternal grandma passed away. And for me, she was my tie to Mogadishu, which is the capital of Somalia. And like any other capital city, it's usually full of other people from the rest of the country. But my grandma was born in Mogadishu, my mum was born in Mogadishu, and I was born in Mogadishu. So I suppose you can say we are like Mogadishuans. And it's really sort of just looking to her because I feel like that's my tie to that city. So yeah, here goes. She lives in her, the mother of Mogadishu. Her feet anchor her to the white pearl. Her legs, like pillars, stand on red sand. A remarkable woman, the mother of her mother. Her face may be wrinkled, but her jaw is hard and her mind is sharp. She lives in her, the mother of Mogadishu. Her face is her map to the motherland. Her head holds the secrets of Hamar, a remarkable woman, the mother of her mother. Her voice may be raspy, but her lips are straight and her words are stern. She lives in her, the mother of Mogadishu. Though her voice whispers to her sharecop, her blue tongue sits on her white tongue, a remarkable woman, the mother of her mother. Her back may be bent, but her chest is strong and her heart roars. She lives in her, the mother of Mogadishu. Her bosom brings her back home. Her hips carry her away on a journey, a remarkable woman, the mother of her mother. Her eyes may be greying, but her stare is unwavering and her look still. She lives in her, the mother of Mogadishu. Her eyes are her fainuls, guiding light. Her gaze is her vision in white stars, a remarkable woman, the mother of her mother. Her body may be buried, but her spirit lives on, and it lives in her. So that's my first poem. So for the second poem, it's called Illegal Immigrant, and it's inspired by what Theresa May said about creating a hostile environment for illegal immigrants, and it got me to think, how can a human be illegal? And also, why do we have borders? Who created these borders? And I suppose that's why we're all here, because we don't maybe believe in the ideas of borders. And I wrote this poem at a workshop in Tate Modern, and I basically looked around and saw what other sort of like visitors of the museum would come. They would contribute to the themes of migration, homelessness and all that stuff, and I wrote my poem based on what I saw. And there was this specific coat that was put together that week, and it was a really bright coat, and people would draw on it, colour it and everything, and underneath the coat you had all these words that people hear when they are either a refugee or an immigrant, so all the words that are said to them, which are generally really uncomfortable words. So this is where this poem comes from. I see you've brought your colours, they hiss, and she shrinks under her technicoloured coat. She knows what they really mean. Why isn't her soul as dark as her skin? And she wonders what they picture when they think darkness. Is it a starless night? Or perhaps the backs of their shoes? Or is it ants drowning like the black bodies in the Mediterranean? She wonders if they see her, or if they see a leech, a monster, a piece of shit, something, anything other than human. Why are you here? They ask. And she knows they don't care. The jingling in their pockets remind her of this. And their tone? Is there a word worth less than worthless? She shifts uncomfortably. You're an illegal immigrant. Do you understand what this means? Their words wound, the syllables like shots. Just one of the many her heart has endured. Take off your coat, they order, and instinctively she crosses her arms. Take it off. Her sealed lips say no. They yank it off. They shouldn't have done that. Her soul spits out words they will never understand. So that's the second poem. poem that I'll read for you is inspired by Lady Macbeth, as Laila said. So there's this scene in Macbeth where Lady Macbeth is washing her hands of blood. And even though the blood's not there, she feels that her hand is basically full of blood. And she just keeps washing and washing and washing. She can't get rid of it. So the blood symbolises her guilt. And for me, coming from a country that was at war, it's kind of like the memories of war. They never leave you. They're always there. You can't get rid of them. You can't wash them off. You can't forget them. So this poem is really inspired by that. Bougainvillea reminds her of home. The pink petals, warm, the colour of human flesh. Scatter the sandy streets, crinkling, crushing, under the simmering sun. Like the dreams of the youth she stitches to her skin as they stare at the barrel end of a loaded gun. She sows their hopes with her happiness, weaves war with wishes, wonders if the flag she's shouldering drips blood. Thank you.